In the last 30 days, we got this client who is a local service business, 18 conversions by only spending 8.5 thousand kronas, which is about $700. And as you can see here from the numbers, he closed 11 of those 18 calls, and he got a total net revenue of 184,000 Norwegian kronas, which is about $17,000. And the net ROI will then be 21.5, which is really good for running Google search ads. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you everything we did from creating the campaigns to creating the landing pages and what landing page we used for exactly this client and how you can do the same. So to start off, we are going to use a test account here on Google Ads, where we will make a new campaign for a local service business. So the first thing you can do is to click on New Campaign and click New Campaign again. So the first thing you will do is just enter your company name. For this tutorial, we'll just use Plumbing Company. And then you need to enter your website, and we will just use a random one, which is bostonsplumber.com. And then you can click on Next. Now for the campaign objective, there are two different ones you can choose for Google search ads. One is leads, which many go for, and the other is create a campaign without a goals guidance. I like to create a campaign without a goals guidance because it gives me all the options later down the line in creating the Google Ads campaign. Then we obviously want to use the search. That's what you want to use for a local service business. Moving down, you should really have your conversions set up in your landing page. That is really important to actually get good data on your Google Ads. Next up, we want to call our campaign. Just campaign tutorial. And then we can continue. So for the bidding, we actually don't want to use any of the bidding strategies Google gives us in the options when we set up the Google Ads campaign. We will actually get this manual CPC, which is the bidding strategy we want to use. We'll get that option after we have made the campaign. So for now, you can just click on Next, and I will show you later how to do that. As for the networks, we have tried both of these. You do not want to be displayed on any of these networks. You will just waste your money. As for the locations, you want to enter another location right here. And then you want to click on Advanced Search. Now, there are a couple of different ways you can do this. You can either just, let's say you are located in Boston. You can just say Boston and include if you want to do that. But as you can see here, how Google views Boston basically might not be the best. So what you can do is that you can cross out that, and you can say, hey, I'm located in Everett. So you can just say that you want to receive jobs for 10 miles within Everett. You can just click on Everett and include, and there you have a 10-mile radius outside of Everett where you will get your Google search ads displayed. However, the best method we have found, what we like to use, is if you go back over to locations and click on show all areas, you actually see that Google show all of the zip codes or all of the small areas within Boston. So you can just click on all the areas you want to have your Google search ads show up for, or the places you want to take jobs. So you can just include all of those. Once you've done that, you can click on Next. The reason we click on Save. The reason we do this is that we actually get a lot better data once we have our Google Ads campaigns running. You can see what areas are actually converting better, where are we getting the best leads, etc., etc. Moving on, we want to have our language set to English, of course, and the audience segments is something you can do. However, what we see is that it doesn't really matter when you create the Google Ads campaign. You can rather see what demographic is converting better once you have your Google Ads data after Google Ads campaign has run for a while. For the broad match keywords, you do not want to have that on. Click on off. And for more settings, there is one crucial setting here you need to change, which is the ad schedule. Here you obviously want to set the ad schedule to whenever you are able to take calls and whenever you are at work. So let's say you are at work from 9 to 5, Mondays to Fridays. We also like to do separate campaigns for different times of the day and also for the weekends. So we have one campaign for the Monday to Friday day, like this one, and we have one for the evening, and then we have one for overnight. for more emergency plumbers or emergency not landscapers, but emergency electricians, etc., etc. And then we have one for the weekend. So then you can click on next after you're done with that. Now for the keywords and assets, we will do that after the campaign is done. We will use the Google keyword generator, which I will show you later. And then we can click, for now we can just click on skip. And as you can see here, Google has generated some, just move myself over to the right. Google has generated some keywords based on our website, which are looking fine. But for now, we will just delete these ones. We will have plumber Boston and plumbing near me. And as I said, we will do the keyword generations after we have done the full campaign. So let's move on to the ads. As you can see here, this is the final URL people are being sent to when they click on your ads. So this has to be the correct URL for the display path. This is just what is being displayed on the ad. As you can see now, if I just do like this, plumber Boston, this will be displayed in the URL path on the ad, but as I said, not where people are being sent. So for the headlines, you want to have some different headlines, which are, let me just turn my camera back on. You want to have some different headlines which are tempting people to click on your ads. So you might have some offers, etc. So you can say number one, plumber in Boston. You can have get a free quote today. Local plumber in Boston. And then you can have like all plumbing services. If I can spell correctly, services. There we go. And then we can maybe pin this right here. There we go. And now we want to add our descriptions. We have a long list of both headlines and descriptions that work for different types of local business services. So for now, I will just write some descriptions and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And there we go. As you can see, our ad is now starting to look better. We have some descriptions which are long, which is good because that takes up more of the screen for our ad to be displayed as larger than it was without those long descriptions. Typically, people don't read the descriptions too much, but it's important that they are long enough. So for the business name and logos, please make sure that you connect to your Google Business account and you will have your logo shown up here. So for the site links, there are 3 site links that are super important, but there are 6 site links you can have in total, which I do recommend that you fill out all of them. The 3 site links that are important, as you can see here, site links are what are being displayed just underneath the ad, so people can click on them and they will be redirected to the URL that you are placing down here. So for the first site link, we want to have our prices shown up, and that can be shown up in bostonspumbers.com/prices. You need to obviously have the final URL for you. It needs to be the place in your URL or in your website where you have your prices shown up. And for the next site link that is super important is the services. So that can, for example, be under /services, or it could be under /FAQ or whatever, wherever you have your services. And the last one that is super important is service areas. So these are 3 questions people search for the most. So if you have those in your site links, people will be more likely to click. So create those. And as I said, make sure to create 3 more site links after that. For the callouts, we want to have some callouts. These are also displayed just underneath your ad. We like to use some offers, so you can just have like free estimate, call today, Boston and plumber will also work, and you can have like get a free quote, etc., etc. So click on apply after you've done your callouts. These are not super important, but they're just nice to have. As you can see down here, if we have our ad show up, you can see call or book online today, a free estimate, free estimate, plumber. Those are the callouts. So there's one asset type you absolutely need in your ad, and that is calls. So make sure to click on calls. This is super important, so people can just click on the call button and call you directly from the ad rather than having to go through your website. So you just need to add your own phone number here, of course, and then click on apply. After you've done that, you can click done, and we will go to the next site, which is where Google wants you to have more set up your first ad group, and we will just call this ad group general plumbers or general plumber, because we will have this ad group will just be general plumbing keywords that we will use to display our ads, which are for general plumbing jobs, basically. So as I said, we will go over how to find the right keywords after we have set up the Google Ads campaign. You can click on next. And as I said, we do want to set the bidding strategy later. So for now, you can just click on $1 for how much you want to bid. And it looks like our campaign is good to go. So we'll just click on publish campaign. So Google says that our campaign will go live after 1 to 2 business days, but it only takes 1 to 2 hours. That's what we typically see for Google to review your campaigns. And then they want us to set up conversion tracking, which is super important. As I said, please make sure to do that. But the setting up of the conversion tracking is super complex, so we will not do that for this video. The video would be way too long. So make sure to set it up by yourself, and then we will just cross out of this one. And now what we can do is we can click on our campaign and we can change the bidding strategy. So in here, you want to click on the little button down here, and then you can come over to your bidding. And here we want to click on change bid strategy, and then or select a strategy directly, not recommended. And then we want to enter the manual CPC and click on, if I move myself over here, click on save. And here you can also set the budget you want to spend daily on this campaign. That is up to you how much you want to spend on your Google Ads campaign. I only recommend that you have each campaign set up to over what the typical bid you need to bid for each keyword is. So if the average bid for a keyword is $50, you need to have your ad campaign budget for more than $50 a day. Next up, we are going to add our keywords, and for that we need to click on Tools, Planning, and go to the Keyword Planner. And then obviously click on the Keyword Planner once it appears. There we go. And now I just need to set mine to English. And for the area you want to serve, let's do Boston, because that is where we had our business located. You can click on save. If you do not have enough search volume in your area, just use United States, or you use UK if you are in a town in London or a town in England or whatever. You don't need to use your website here, but you can say plumber, and you just need to click on discover new keywords. And then I just need to set my language to English. And the location, we were located in Boston, so we can just include Boston. If you do not have enough search volume in your area, just include the whole of United States, or include the whole of England if you are in England, and then click on save. And then we obviously want to show up for plumber, so we will enter the plumber keyword and get the results. You obviously put whatever service your business is serving. So as you can see here, plumber is obviously one we want to use. Plumbers near me gets a lot of searches. Emergency plumber near me, emergency plumber. So we like to use those emergency keywords for a separate campaign where we can bid a bit higher, because the plumbers get from emergency plumbing, they can charge those customers more, basically, etc. And we like to use those at night time and for different times, and just the general plumbing keywords. So for now, we want to just click on all the keywords we would like to use. So plumber, plumbers near me. On the right hand side here, you can see what each keyword is for the low range top of page bid and for the high range top of page bid. So you want to search here for keywords that have a low, that are cheap, as well as have a lot of search volume and are not words like cheap plumbers near me and best plumbers near me is a good one. But cheap plumbers near me is not something you want to be displayed for, because people who search for those, that is not your best leads. So click on best plumbers near me, local plumbers, plumbing companies near me, 24-hour plumber near me. We do like to use that for a separate campaign, as I said, and plumbing services near me. So what you can do now is that you can actually click on plan, and you can click on existing campaign and the campaign you just made. And then you can select the ad group we just made, which was general plumber. And then we want to set those keywords to an exact match. We have previously done, let me just put on my camera again. There we go. We have previously done phrase match, but we've found lately that exact match is, Google have changed the way they basically do their phrase match and exact match. So for now we use exact match. You can just click on add keywords. There we go. And confirm. So what you now will see is that when we go over to our campaigns and ad groups and click on general plumber, you will see that we have all our keywords now added. Now, if you have a lot of keywords added that are not in exact match or phrase match, whatever you like to use, because broad match is the worst one, because you will just show up for everything that it has to do with plumbing or near or me. What we like to use what you can do though, to change all of these keywords to have either exact match or phrase match, is that you can click on this button here, right here, edit, change all match types, or change match types and then change all match types. Then you can go from broad match over to exact match and apply. And you can see that this keyword was a broad match keyword. And when we have this now finally updated, as you can see now, we have no keyword that is not exact match. So once Google is done reviewing your campaign, you can come over to ad groups again. And in here, you will be able to set a cost per click, or a CPC, manual CPC, which is basically how much you are willing to bid for those keywords inside the general plumber. And once you've done that, you are basically done with setting up the Google Ads campaign. Now, you obviously need to do maintenance and optimizations and stuff like that afterwards. You will get data inside of your ads, your ad groups, and your keywords, and also the campaigns, different campaigns you have. So you can basically see what converts the best and where you get the most clicks for your impressions, etc., etc. But for now, we will set up the landing page, because that is what get our clicks, turn our clicks into customers, because people can then, from our landing page, submit a form or click on our phone call. So now I will show you the landing page we used for our client that got 20% conversion rate on their Google Ads campaigns, which is like 4 times higher than the average. So over here, we have the website we use to get a 20% conversion rate. As you can see here, we have some elements in here that are really good for conversions. We have some good CTAs, call to actions, which are the phone numbers, and also the big form submission right here. And we also use a client testimonial and more client testimonials right here to gain our customers' trust. As well as that, we also have our one about us section with an image of the whole company, which also brings more trust to the users that are clicking on our website. As well as that, we use a frequently asked questions, which is very important both for SEO, but also for people which come to our website and have questions about our company, like which services do we offer, and also which areas do we serve. This one is super important. So when you have those site links, as I showed you earlier, you can just have them being linked down to these frequently asked questions. You can just, if you see when I go down to frequently asked questions, that puts a hashtag FAQ in our URL. Now this is not the URL for the website because I wanted to keep their domain name private. And as for the contact now, you also have another form submission right here, and we have a navigation, contact us, and also a couple of more CTAs down here in the website. So just to wrap up, we have a hero section, which is the most important thing. 80% of people don't actually scroll down below this section. We have a couple of CTAs with a phone number. That's super important, as well as the customer testimonials and also the form submission. Now, the thing most people don't actually think about is that most people that come through Google Ads actually don't see this on a computer. As you can see here, we have about 70 to 80% of people coming through. That 78% of people that are clicking are coming through mobile phones. So it is super important that you actually design your website for a mobile phone. So as you can see here, when we make this site small, it works really well for a phone. This is about the phone width right here. As you can see, we still have, I cannot move my face. Okay, but we still have the buttons for call, which is the first button, and also book a plumber, which will take you down here. And also the customer testimonials clearly, and the website looks clean on a mobile phone, which is super important. Now, the last thing I will show you with the website is the page speed. So how fast the page is actually loading when we click on the URL or the Google ad. So you can go over to Page Speed Insights, which is Google's own page speed tester. So you can just enter your URL in here and click on Analyze. So what Google will do now is that they will actually click on your website for you, basically, and see how fast is it loading, and give you some other diagnostics for your websites, which are super nice to check. And as you can see here, they do both for mobile and for desktop. So now in a couple of seconds, we will see what we get for our website. And as you can see, we now got a 96 performance score. And we got 89 for accessibility and 100 for both best practices and SEO. And for desktop, we got 190, 100, 100. So it is super important to just check this, see how well you are performing for the page speed, especially for mobile. Do design for mobile first. This is super crucial to get that conversion rate in Google Ads up. So that is basically how you set up a Google Ads campaign, and also the website. You can use sites like Framer.com or Webflow to set up these websites, or you can click on the link below and we will set it up for you. And if you would like us to do Google Ads completely done for you, please click the link below. And if you like the video, please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.